we have to do everything we can to send a message that we understand that the stop and frisk policies have undermined the confidence of large numbers of New Yorkers in the police department, and we have to restore that trust.
Sorry, one other one on policing, and that is Bill Thompson mentioned the Trayvon Martin case and the sort of that the suspicion that led to his death had been sort of institutionalized in the stop and frisk system. He got a lot of criticism for that because he opposes the two bills in the council, which you also oppose. I mean, I'm curious, do you think he's being inconsistent there, or do you feel like your approach is similar?
I don't know. I don't know if I would have drawn the same conclusion from the Martin case. I think that the decision being made here is a policing decision that you want to use stops of citizens who are innocent as a deterrent against those who are guilty of doing things. That's the policy that they've instituted in the city of New York that is fundamentally contrary to what a lot of us believe about what people's civil rights are. You know, you have a right, if you haven't done anything wrong, not to be treated as if you were innocent. But I don't, you know, the problem that we have in the city is not so much that we have a tactic, that we have a policy and someone carrying it out who believes that the policy of using large numbers of stops of innocent people is a reasonable trade-off to deter people from committing crime, and I just don't believe it is, and I don't believe it's necessary.
You said something to the effect of, you know, we can't be stopping people indiscriminately, you know, because it makes us safe, or we think it makes us safe. There's some dispute as to whether the policy is effective, if it is in fact making us safer. Do you think that there's a correlation there, or?
Well, it's certainly not a numeric correlation, because the number of stops has dropped and the number of major crimes has gone down. So there doesn't seem to be there. If anything, there is an inverse correlation. I mean, I think that when you have a large number of innocent people being stopped, they are less likely to cooperate with the police in the future. That in and of itself makes us less safe. Great, thank you all very much.
My name is Roy Antoine, better known as Uncle Roy. I'm an entrepreneur and a political advocate in the Bronxville near in Pitkin Avenue. I came here to support Mr. Weiner because I believe, not think, I believe he's going to be a great mayor for New York City. And he will transition some of the wealth into the poor neighborhood. The reason why I'm not endorsing none of those candidates because they do not have the message like Mr. Weiner has. Mr. Weiner is for the poor people. And that is the kind of mayor that I am supporting and will continue supporting all the way to City Hall. She have gone up to Albany and advocate with the governor. I believe she could have bring back money to. She doesn't care about if the hospitals are closing. Now, it's not in our community. She has the same plan like Bloomberg, and she's gonna do the same thing like Bloomberg, and she continue with the stop and frisk. I have nothing against it, but it should be regulated and have respect. When you stop somebody and frisk them, give them some kind of courtesy, because I'm not gonna say no, we shouldn't stop and frisk, but at the same time, remember that we all are not criminals.
My name is Lori Cumbo. I am a candidate in the 35th City Council District, but I'm also a small business owner. So I came here really today to hear more about local businesses, to hear about a lot of the challenges that they're having, but also really to discover new solutions to many local businesses are having, ranging from small businesses to businesses that have been around for decades in our community. I would say that this is my first time being in a conversation in a roundtable discussion format with him. So it was really interesting to get to know him and to hear more about his ideas. I think that one of the issues that he brought up that was interesting had a lot to do with health insurance. As a small business owner, we've been very fortunate to work with the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce with a program called Brooklyn Health Works that allows local businesses that have 15 or less employees the opportunity to have health insurance. I'd really like to see that kind of plan expanded, because one of the things that's talked about is small businesses, but then there's micro businesses, people that have less than 10 employees, and those are where a lot of the gaps are in terms of health insurance, being able to provide adequate coverage for your employees. And I think the idea that Brooklyn Health Works came up with the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce should be expanded. So I think it was really interesting to have a conversation with a mayoral candidate about the future of small businesses. My campaign is going extremely well. I'm very excited. It's amassed a great deal of grassroots support, and I think that what's so great about it is our campaign slogan is "We're all in this together," and it's not just a catchy phrase or just something that you hear about. It's something that I truly believe in, and it really talks about how the decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis, the decisions that we make about the future of Brooklyn, impact all of us. So we've really amassed a great deal of people that are concerned about these issues. We've got to make sure that we bring in a new generation of leadership, of new ideas, and to also make sure that we keep women's voices in office. I was really excited for Lanice today in terms of getting an opportunity to see MilkRiver, and as an African American woman and as a small business owner, I was really excited to see such a strong, I'm in awe. I'm really at a loss of words in terms of the beauty, in terms of the extravagance, in terms of the quality, the care to detail. I'm really just so proud of her that in this economically challenging time, she's been able to develop such a fantastic business that I'm sure is going to be an inspiration for all businesses in Brooklyn, but particularly businesses of color that have not fared as well during the economic challenges that the city has faced, but has also not done as well during the economic boom that specifically Brooklyn has been receiving. So it's really great to see a business that is thriving. It will be a success for the future, and there are so many key critical issues, and I think health insurance is one that we need to make sure that we move forward with, as well as the closing of our hospitals is also a very important issue that we've got to address, because healthcare, proper education, making sure that you have a roof over your head and that you can afford to live and stay here are some of the key issues. But we've also got to raise the minimum wage. $7.25 is just not enough for families to live off of, and it's pushing a lot of people out as the minimum wage is staying flat. Prices are going up in New York City, and we've got to make sure that we fight to make sure that people can afford to stay here by having a great impact on the minimum wage and indexing it so that it grows with the rate of inflation. So there are a lot of things and a lot of tough issues that we've got to tackle, and so this was really a great day today to really talk with the small businesses in the area and to find out what some of their solutions are to some of the challenges that they're facing on a day-to-day basis.
My name is Michael Williams. I'm the president and CEO of Eye Collection Clothing Company, and I'm here attending this roundtable discussion hosted by Anthony Weiner as to how he's going to support small businesses if and when he becomes mayor. And, you know, some of the things he talk about, I can see his point of view, but for the most part, I think we need a follow-up session to this first session so I can get a broader, clearer picture as to what are some of his plans. Because for the most part, for me, I think he didn't hit the questions head on. He kind of danced around most of the questions. So I'm looking for a follow-up session maybe later, maybe another few weeks, as to, you know, a more specific answer as to how he's going to benefit small business if and when he becomes mayor. So that's why I'm here, to listen to that. And unfortunately, I didn't hear a lot of what I wanted to hear. I'm not leaning towards any one candidate now. I think I have a lot more groundwork to do to see which one of the candidates fits my need and my community's need. So for right now, I'm just in a position right now, just listening to all the candidates and just to see, you know, what their plans are for the future, if and when they becomes mayor. So I'm not really leading to a particular candidate right now. As I said, I'm just listening to, you know, the debate and see which one fits my need and my community's need.
Well, Neil Pearl from Island Magazine, Island Apparel, just came out to pretty much hear the views of all the small business owners here in Brooklyn, just to understand more of what's going on, what the community needs, and what the people are expecting from the next mayoral candidate. He actually did pretty well. He's a great speaker. He's a politician, obviously, and he spoke well on the topics. Obviously, he stated clear that he's not in agreement with some, he's biased to some, as we all are people. So he actually, overall, I gave him, he spoke well on the topic, and I personally felt that he was genuine. At this point, I'm pretty open. I think he would be a great mayor. I think he stands by his word. I think politically, that is, I think he's genuine, as I said. about all his topics that he's involved. He speaks well of his ideas. His ideas seem great. At this point, I'm still open to listen to other candidates and what they have to say.
I'm Lenice Liu, and I'm the owner of the new MilkRiver Brooklyn. Today we had a forum with Anthony Weiner, talking to small business owners in regards to what they would like from him if he was elected mayor. I think it went great. He answered a lot of questions. People were basically, they had a lot on their chest as far as minorities and wanted to know what he would do for them as mayor. And I think he did a good job and answered the questions and was straight to the point. Biggest obstacle would be in financing. It's very hard to get people to believe in us and to get financial back-in. So it's hard as an individual to try to open a business, even with great ideas. It's just hard to get that financial support.